All right. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. I hope it brings some good news. Although it's a wee hours where I live, but hoping anyway. So to enlighten your day, so I'm going to show you a nifty trick which you can do in one of your editors. In this case specifically on Emacs, and the stuff I'm going to show is called keyboard macro, which is nothing but made a shortcut to a long route in a sense, far-reaching stuff inside the editor, right? If you want to go several steps to get to a particular thing inside your editor, or do some sort of repetitive task inside your editor, to shorten that particular lengthy procedure, there is a facility called macro, which is an abbreviative form of the steps you take to accomplish that far reaching activity. Okay, so without further ado, let me get into my Emacs and say I want to, for instance, I want to access my .emacs file with some keystroke instead of finding file, going there and all this stuff live. So I have already bookmarked the place just to mitigate the trouble. I'm going to mitigate it further by creating a keyboard macro. So if I press some sort of keys, it will going to open it for me without any further trouble. Okay, it could be applied to any other cases, any other operation you wanted to do. To start keyboard macro in Emacs, all you have to do, press F3. Look at the bottom, it is saying defining keyboard macro. Now as I said, I have already bookmarked the place, so I'm not going to find it. Okay, so Control X RB, it will show my bookmark. As you can see, my cursor is highlighted on the file. Already I have bookmarked. So once I press enter, it is going to open the .emacs file, and below pen or frame, it is showing the annotation I have attached with this file, so I can easily dismiss that. So now the file has opened, the purpose is solved. Okay, now to end the keyboard macro on Emacs, you have to press F4, which I did. Look at the bottom, keyboard macro defined. Now it's very good, I have made a small keyboard macro. Now I have to give it a name, right? So there is a function in my .emacs file which will allow you to do that, because there is a key bind to that specific function which will prompt you to do that. In my case, which is Control C M, look at the bottom of the screen, it is prompting me for the name. So I write here the keyboard macro I have just built. Open .emacs. Okay, so that is the purpose of the macro, but I should build it, right? So if I press enter, it's saved. Okay, so and the beauty of that particular piece of code, that it will place the keyboard macro, whatever I have done here, right in the bottom of the .emacs file. Okay, so this is what the keyboard macro I have just created. It is placed right at the bottom of my .emacs file. So I need to attach a key to say, for instance, if I go here and I want to attach a keystroke with this function, with this macro, to access it easily, right? So all I have to do, open dot, name the file, okay, and you can provide the key combination you like. I have an empty slot, so I go like this, Control C I E, that is my key bind. You can bind the key as per your liking, as per your wish, okay, but this is the structure, and it will be a global key, so anywhere in the editor you can access your .emacs file with this, with the help of this key stroke, right? So now I have to save. Let me save the file. So I've saved my .emacs file. Now the thing is that once you assign a keystroke like that, it's always good to restart your editor to take the keystroke should get registered with your editor, so it will be easier for you to access. So I'm going to restart my editor, Control X N R, which is a shortcut to restart Emacs in my case. Just give me a few seconds, it will come up. Nothing like hot coffee in the first thing in the morning. So wonderful. The aroma of coffee, lovely. Okay, so it opened. Now the macro I have created to open the .emacs file with a keystroke. The keystroke I have bounded Control C I E. Okay, so let me try that keystroke and see what happened. Control C I E. See, without going anywhere, it directly opened my .emacs file. Isn't it wonderful? So I'm doing it again. For just look at the bottom of the screen, Control C I E. See, it opened .emacs file. Okay, I'm just giving you a clue so you can achieve much more complicated stuff at once. Okay, keyboard macros are super helpful provided you use it in a judicious way, like every other thing, and make things possible, which is absolutely required. It doesn't mean that something is provided with these, you have to use it for every single thing. That will certainly defeat the purpose, and that is wholly not the purpose behind it, right? It is there for a reason, and it's a wonderful thing. It will ease up your life like anything. If you think about it and use it in a proper manner, it will help you immensely. So I hope this will help some people. Thanks for watching.